was laughing days. There was something on my mind that I couldn't erase. It was plaguing my mind. My past is heavy and is not going away. My past is heavy and is not. All I saw was red, red. My ledger was red for the debt that I couldn't repay. I was dead, 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 dead in my sleep. Didn't know if I could go on tomorrow. The lamb has taken my place, and now my debt is paid. My debt is paid in full. My chains are all gone. The only thing left to do is pick up my cross and follow you, yeah. Oh, for who the sun sets free is free indeed. You, we have everything we need. We are like the waves, even though we're free. We like our old ways. We like our old ways. I have made my bed, made my bed with all the wrongs that I have committed. I do want to do, but I know that I'm already forgiven. The Lamb has taken my place, and now my debt is paid.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live experience here on the Boston Chris Show. This is episode 18 of Tunesday Tuesday with yours truly, Boston Chris. And for the next hour and a half or so, we're going to be listening to some fabulous music, some new, some not new. And hopefully you guys will learn of a new artist that you're going to fall in love with tonight on tonight's show. We are very excited to have Alex O'Brien joining us, a singer-songwriter who will be talking about their new song, and he's with a band called Meeting of the Mimes. And so he'll be joining me here momentarily to talk about their new song, which is called Remember Me. We'll feature the song and a song that Alex also wants to feature from a different artist. And so we'll do all of that, followed by another hour or so of music, hour and a half. We have a bunch of tributes this week. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of really talented artists that have passed away over the last week. So we'll be tributing a lot of people. Perhaps you guys don't even know that these folks have passed away, and you'll learn about that and learn about some awesome people that are no longer with us. If you are tuning into this on YouTube later on and you're only here for the interview and you'd like to check out the entire recap, you can click the link below to find the entire recap to episode 18. If you'd like to see all the other stuff I have going on, we are at the Boston Chris Show everywhere, all over the interwebs. So make sure you're following along with everything we have going on. And without any further ado, we're going to get over and chat with Alex O'Brien from the Meeting of the Mimes. Let's get over there and talk to him. Welcome in, Alex. How are you tonight, man?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. We were just playing your song Red Ledger as our intro.
Oh, jeez.
which I love. I love the vibe in that song. So where are you from originally?
I'm Wisconsin born and bred, so.
Is that where you're at now?
Yes. Yep.
Oh.
I have the most Wisconsin job. I work for the Center for Dairy Research.
You research cheese, is that right?
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yep.
Now, what does the job entail? I'm just kind of kidding, but yeah, what do you have to do as a dairy researcher?
So I'm like the food safety guy. So I help try to make cheese, or I basically make videos and do audits and teach people how to make cheese safely. That's what I do.
So, do you like cheese, or are you done with it just because it's
Oh
your
my
job?
gosh. It's it's a perfect match in heaven. I probably consume 5 times as much as the average human does of cheese in a year. So
That's funny. I have a son that's pescatarian, and he loves cheese. Like that's all he eats is cheese. So, uh,
it's good for you.
so maybe you need to hire him. I'll send him up there.
There you go.
Now let's get into the music. I had no idea that was your job. That's incredible. Tell us a little about Meeting of the Mimes. I love the name of the band, first of all. So I got to know the origins of the name and kind of tell us what your vibe is.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess the whole name or the moniker came from, like everyone has like a band name they come up with, and then they put their stuff on Spotify, right? But then there's like 10 to 20 other band names like that. Like for
Mm-hmm.
example, like 2 years ago, I had just put out some music and I met someone and they're like, "Hey, we got our band too on Spotify. The band name's Fox." And then I look for it and there's like literally
Yeah.
200
Good
other
luck.
bands.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one meeting of the Mimes.
Yep.
And really where it came from is it's a play on words, meeting of the minds.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got your smartest people all getting in the same room. But if you had like a boardroom of mimes just trying to communicate, I think that would be super hilarious. But it ended up being more of a reality because I'm basically a one man show. I do have a lot of help from my producer, who's actually in the United Kingdom. So he sings for me and he produces pretty much every one of my songs. So we actually have only spoken a total of 30 minutes. Uh
Wow.
and everything is basically through, I'm like, "Hey, can you do this a little bit here or there through email?" So like it's um yeah, it kind of, instead of just being a moniker, it actually became what I did. Like we speak without talking. So
And so this guy is your singer as well. He's the vocals.
yep, yep.
Wow. And you've only spoken to him 30 minutes. So who's writing the lyrics? Is he writing them or are you?
So 95% of the lyrics are from me. And then there'll be like one or two places here throughout the song or any one of my songs that he adds something in there. I'm like, that's much better than what I originally had. Um, Yeah, so it's about 90 to 95% is my content, and I'll do like, like, hey, this is the key that it should be in, and I'll play like guitar. So like most of that, the song that I shared with you guys, the Remember Me song, is actually him, but I'm not a piano player,
Mhm.
so I'm like literally on GarageBand, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is what I want you to do. And what I had, I thought it sounded pretty good. And then I gave it to him, and he gave me the rough draft. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like better than what I originally had. I mean, I actually am still like the first 5 to 20 seconds of the song. That's me. Um, but everything else, I composed, and he's like, yeah, I'll make it a little bit better.
So this is essentially a 21st century project. Basically, it's all
Yeah.
remotely done, and you're not. Do you perform live?
I have performed live once. It makes it a little bit harder when you're a one man show. I've got friends that play instruments and stuff, but they're all busy. So I mostly play acoustic sets. Just with my acoustic
Right,
guitar.
right. Of course, that's so interesting. So when I first saw the name of the band, Meeting of the Mimes, I was almost offended that there was lyrics. Like I was like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be
Uh,
mimes. They're not supposed to
it's
be
supposed
able
to
to
be instrumental.
speak. Yeah.
against the rules.
Uh,
Yeah.
so so just be prepared for that now. Like people are going to be saying that no, there shouldn't be any lyrics here, just because of the name of the band. Um,
Right.
so
But yeah.
what's the music scene like where you're from? Not that it really matters, because again, this is a 21st century thing. You're really doing all of this remotely and on the internet. But what's it like around where you are?
I mean, there's a lot of, coffee shops, that you can play, a lot of cool venues in Madison, Wisconsin. But really, I'm kind of in a different niche, and really, like, I do it more of like I call it a ministry, and some people are like, "Oh, what does that mean?" Um, but it's just more of like an encouragement. If I were to put it in more modern context from a Christian standpoint,
Right.
because I'm a born again Christian, and I want to encourage others, but mostly I did it for my family. Because basically I kind of really got into recording music within the past almost like just 2 years ago. Um,
So post
and
pandemic, essentially.
post pandemic, yep. And I've played music for a long time, but yeah, I just had like a procedure done recently, and I was like, I was kind of scared going into it. I'd never had a procedure done before, and it was pretty low risk. Like, hey, you're not gonna die, by doing this. But it made me think. I'm like, what if this was like the last time, I was alive? Like, would I be happy with what I put out? Uh, and that made me go on this journey of like, I want to create things that last, and it's really hard to create things, like. Um, Ideas and procure them and basically give them to later generations. So like this is mostly for my kids
Yeah.
to be able to share very important things to me, uh, and something that you can actually sing over and over again. Where that's how you kind of remember stuff. So that's why I got into this, and it's not necessarily to perform. Although I do love performing. I perform at my church, at least once a month or something, doing the bass guitar. But mostly it's for very particular times in need.
Mhm.
Like maybe people are, hey, it's a rough spot in life you're dealing with. You've been dealt some pretty bad cards. How do you deal with joy? Like I believe that uh, it's a commandment to be joyful
Mhm.
in all circumstances. Uh, and that is something that's very easy to say and very hard to do. So like, I've got a song about that coming out, but and kind of just how personifying feelings, and that's really what the song that I gave you is the Remember Me song
Yeah.
is personifying what I felt like, and really more about the hope on the other side, because
Yeah.
like uh, some people believe that, I do. I believe it very strongly, and it gives hope. I think that's what differentiates um, I think Christians from several other beliefs, right? Is hope for after. What's after all of this? So, that's kind of what my vibe's about. So I, I when I make music, I don't have a lot of rules. So you were listening to Red Ledger. That is a metal song.
Yes.
that
Right.
is that is the exact opposite spectrum of
Remember Me,
remember
and
me.
that's why I
Which
chose it. That's why I chose it, just as the intro.
yeah.
Has your music always been Christian based, or have you also kind of dabbled in the secular side of things as well?
I shared with you a performer, or one of my favorite musicians of all time is John Foreman,
Right.
and he does not believe in such thing as Christian music. He doesn't believe it exists, in the sense of like, like, hey, I'm gonna drive in my Christian car
Mhm.
to go to my Christian work. It's like, no, like you can, in the Bible it says like make a joyful noise unto the Lord, and that means hey, like it doesn't necessarily have to have lyrics that are like Jesus this, Jesus that. In
Mhm.
fact, only one of my songs actually names Jesus in it. uh it's all, from a perspective of like what is a what is pure, what is good, what are some good things to think about, right? I'm not singing about one night stands or anything like
Right,
that.
right.
More like, okay, what's hey, I'm going to be joyful in all circumstances. Hey, I'm going to, fight for love. I'm going to, there's one song about divorce that I have, and it's like, hey, maybe one side of the equation is not for it. I'm going to fight for this love,
Mhm.
So that's more of what I would say. I wouldn't say like, I'm like a Christian artist necessarily, but I'm an artist that is a Christian that makes music. And I don't put any curse words or anything like that because honestly, I don't think it needs to be there.
Mhm.
But it's mostly just positive.
Right. Do you feel like you're bound by that? Does that stifle the creativity at any point? Like, if there's a certain river you want to travel down, do you feel like sometimes the path can be blocked because of, I don't know, unspoken rules or anything with that? You know what I mean?
That's a great question. And I think it actually is more like, some people are like, oh man, I wish I could curse. But it's like with poetry, you're actually if you're using more words that I feel it's more difficult to find more words for the same thing instead of using one word like, oh, f this, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
like, or you could say curse that, like there's just so many more. It's harder to find more words to say one thing than like keep saying that. Like, so like from a cursing standpoint, like I don't think it's difficult. um, but for me, I've never been like, oh man, I wish I could talk about that, because this is just more like a medium of like, okay, how do I feel about
Right.
this? Like, how do I feel about death? How do I feel about love lost? How do I feel about falling in love with my wife or seeing my kids grow up?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just a medium, to discuss thoughts and just in a different way of instead of like preaching,
Right.
right?
No, I get what you're saying, but like, just a kind of the most famous probably version of this. Taylor Swift is not a Christian artist, but she is an artist who's a Christian, and sometimes her creative process will bring you to an area that's not necessarily based in faith, right? Like she has cuss words, but if the message needs to be delivered that strongly, she feels like not stifling her creative process to get to that ultimate destination. And she has found a way to, I don't want to say compromise with her faith, but it's almost to that point where she has to do that in order to get the message across. Otherwise, the song doesn't get, deliver what she needs it to deliver. And that can be a big inner struggle between your Christianity and your creativity. You know what I mean? So, um,
Yeah, and I think there's two sides of the too, because like, I have no idea where she is with her faith, right? But like, the more you become like a Christian, the more, or not necessarily a Christian, but someone that follows Jesus, right? You're going to like and love the same things that he did, right? So like, you're not going to really want to talk about certain things because you're like, it doesn't even appeal to me,
mhm.
right? You're a new person, and doesn't mean we don't do bad stuff sometimes or mess up really big time, but like, the more you're mature um in that faith, you should be, you know going for more positive things, right? So like, I don't feel like I've anything left out like, oh man, I wish I could talk about this. In fact, I'm actually doing a pretty dark song right now about nostalgia,
Mhm.
and like, some this might, turn off some of, like, a Christian audience, right? But like, it's, if you look at the Psalms of David or anything like that, like this guy, he was depressed sometimes and longing for, like the good old days, right? I don't think, that's wrong. I think it's wrong to like dwell there forever.
Mhm.
And I think, expressing how you feel and how you long for that past, but realize, hey, you need to look forward. Like, it's never like, I'd say stifle me and be like, oh man, I wish I could have talked about that. This is just more like a way of like, how do I have this feeling, how do I, talk about this or sing about this in a way that um, there's some catharsis.
Mhm. Love that. Great stuff. Yeah. That's a great way of thinking about it. And yeah, at the end of the day, we're all human too, right? So we're not perfect and we're not always going to be positive. We're not always going to be negative. That's just the definition of being human, right? So,
Hmm.
good stuff. So yeah, you talked about John Foreman a little bit earlier. That is Alex's pick of the week. It's John Foreman, the song other than his own that we're going to be featuring tonight, and it's called "I Propose a Toast." Why'd you pick this song?
I just really, it's a brand new song as of like May of 2024, but it's just a great song that you can sing like at any point of life where it's talking about the bittersweet. Um, really enjoying your friendships with others, but knowing nothing lasts forever.
Mm-hmm.
But enjoying those moments and being present in those moments. So you can sing about that pretty much any time and be thankful.
Love that, and we'll be featuring that song after the song that Alex has come on tonight to talk about, which is called "Remember Me." This is basically about Alzheimer's, right? Tell us about this
It
song.
is. It is. So, back when I was, so like this was like 20 years ago. So I was like, 13 or so. We had to, my family had to be caretakers, and live at my grandpa's house for a bit because my grandma passed away. And during that time, he was diagnosed with, not necessarily Alzheimer's, but I think it was a form of dementia.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, loss of memories, right? And it's very difficult to see someone lose who they are because they don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like for several people, like I've shown it to people, like if they've never gone through Alzheimer's or anyone seeing that they've had Alzheimer's before, they're like, okay, whatever, I don't really get it. But like for the people that have gone through it, they're like, that's me. Like I totally get it. And like they get um there's some I guess the empathy or like, hey, I feel seen. So that's kind of, at first I actually did it more to, thinking about just, hey, how can I put this into words how I felt then. And that, so I was what, 13 at the time, so I was at the piano inside of my grandpa's house, and I started writing a melody which was basically the intro to that song. And I was always kind of like fearful, I guess, of um I guess ridicule of like, oh, like I've never been accused of being a poet before. But I'd always be scared of like, oh, I'm gonna ruin this melody, which I think is really pretty with subpar lyrics. But after that one instance where I had that procedure, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna, seize the day. I'm gonna, the term carpe diem. I just, don't be scared, of failure. I'm gonna start, one of the songs I want to complete. It's always been there. It's been in the back of my head for like 20 years. I'm gonna complete this. I think what came out, I was very, very proud of. And, you know, maybe it's not poetic, and maybe it's, for some people, like, hey, they don't get it. But for me, it was definitely a strong feeling of completion and something I can share with other generations.
I love that, Alex. I appreciate you sharing the song with us. We're going to play it here in a couple minutes. But if people are hearing about you for the first time, what's the best way to support you as an artist, and where can people follow along?
Well, you can check me out on Spotify. I'm not like, hey, begging for listeners or anything like that. This is, if you guys enjoy the music, hey, there's plenty of streaming services like YouTube Music, Apple Music, Spotify, that you guys can check it out, and hopefully you enjoy what you hear.
All right, awesome, man. I appreciate you coming by and hanging out with us tonight. And We'll get into the music. I'll check you later, and I'll reach back out via email afterwards. I have something I want to show you that I think might help you out, and yeah, so I'll be in touch.
All right.
All right,
Well,
man.
awesome.
You have a great rest of your night, Alex. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yep, you too. Thanks for having me.
All right, bye-bye. All right, guys. Yeah, that was Alex O'Brien of Meeting of the Mimes hanging out with us tonight. Again, we're going to start playing our music here in a little while. I just want to let you guys know that I do have a storm going on around me. We are live right now. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube later on, obviously that's not live. But we are live with this show every single Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We typically try to be live on Twitch, TikTok, and Facebook. You can find us pretty much on all three just by searching The Boston Chris Show. If you are watching this on YouTube and you're here just for the interview, and you'd like to see the entire show, all the songs, the recap, all of that, you can click that down in the link below. But without any further ado, we're going to get into the music, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. The first song you're going to hear is Remember Me by Meeting of the Mimes. All right, here we go. Remember Me by Meeting of the Mimes. Y'all enjoy.
I just don't know what's gonna pass. Let me standing here in the hallway, staring at our photographs. Memories like shadows, oh they're fading fast, leaving me here all alone and lost in the fray of this condition takes its toll. What I would do for you, to remember me, remember me, remember me through it all. Through the maze of confusion, I'll be your guide. Together we'll journey, we'll be side by side. I won't let you go. The doctor says there's not much sign. This condition's everyone's fault. It turns friends to strangers, lovers to ghosts, leaves behind empty homes, stealing the delicate treasures from your mind. But all I hope for is that you remember me, remember me, remember me through it all. 'Cause at the end of it all, after this long and weary road, you are finally free, and I'll see you on the other side. Will you remember me? Remember me. Remember all precious memories, 'cause you may have forgotten me.
Guys, that is Meeting of the Mimes, all the way from Wisconsin. Guys, being from, the upper northeast side of Texas is so cool to meet artists from other areas of the world. I don't know how Alex found us from Wisconsin, but I'm happy he did. It's always cool to feature artists from all over the place. Now, obviously, you're going to hear I would say probably more than 50% of the songs we play are going to be artists that have a presence in Texas, but it's nice to have that other 50% where, it's other parts of the country and other parts of the world. Really cool stuff. Now, again, Alex's pick for Song of the Week is I Propose a Toast from John Foreman. Of course, John Foreman is one of the original co-founders of Switchfoot. Excited to play this song for y'all. This is Alex's pick of the week. I Propose a Toast.
All the roads that brought us here, the shadows we're afraid of, the stories that we're made of. Here's to all the storms along the way, the bridges I'm still burning, the lessons I'm still learning. The moment slows, I can't hold it while it goes. So I propose a toast. Here's to every failure tried. Here's to friends that cash can't buy, bonds that won't be severed. Here's to love and here's to life. Here's to fighting side by side. Here's to us together, you and I. When you feel all alone, when you're stuck inside the moment, trying to disown it. You don't need to pretend to be the mask of what won't show what we're all made of. Or what are we afraid of? 'Cause we all get low, but right now the light feels so close. So I propose a toast. Here's to every failure tried. Here's to friends that cash can't buy, yeah. Bonds that won't be severed. Here's to love and here's to life. Here's to fighting side by side. Here's to us together, you and I.
The song is called I Propose a Toast, and the artist is John Foreman. Love the song. I appreciate the pick from Alex O'Brien of Meeting of the Mimes. Great song pick. Good stuff right there. And moving on, I am excited to share a song. What just happened? Alt? Here we go. From a country duo, an African-American mother-daughter country duo from Las Vegas, Nevada. These girls are represented by my friend Cliff Doyle, and they will be on the Boston Chris podcast at some point this year. I'm really excited to talk with them. This is HuneyFire, and the song is called Manswer.
I was just about fixing to say this. Honey, I was fixing on planning to do that. Move a little smoke and mirrors. Give it all away, and maybe take it all.
See, a grown-ass step, it's a narrow road. Does yes mean yes, and does no's mean no. No in-betweens are hard to know. So let me lean in just a little too close.
I ask you a question, straight up, no back head around about down plate side step.
Come on, wake up. I didn't just fall after this turn and turn.
Hey, two-time side-stepping dancer.
I asked you a question.
Don't give me an answer. I'm over all the conversation. Cross-talk is bending over backward. Ain't got a leg to stand on. So clear out the room or somebody's gonna get
See, a
hurt.
grown-ass woman just walks away. Doesn't waste time writing songs about it all day. But damn, it feels good just to take a little break from the high road. Poison gray.
Or maybe I can say, I ask you a question, straight up, no back head around about down place I say.
Come on, wake up. I didn't just fall after this turn and turn.
Hey, two-time side-stepping dancer.
I asked you a question. Don't give me
Kind of mansplaining, complaining, also training. What do you get there?
sneaking around. It's all over town. I'll save my time. You save your breath.
Even blindfolded, gym being loaded, sweet sugar coated, still ain't buying there.
You're pulling more than rabbits out of that hat.
I ask you a question, straight up, no back head around about down place I stay.
Come on, wake up. I didn't just fall after this turn and turn.
Hey, two-time side-stepping dancer.
I asked you a question.
Don't give me an answer.
Glad I got that off my chest.
I need a nap.
All right, it's HuneyFire here on the Boston Chris Show, Tunesday Tuesday, number 18. Appreciate everybody for tuning in this week. 18 of these already. It's crazy to see how fast time is going by. And the next artist that we're going to be featuring here on Tunesday Tuesday is somebody that my wife and I had the fortunate chance to see live at the Kessler Theater in Dallas. He and a friend of his from Nickel Creek were opening for the incredible Lori McKenna. This is the former songwriter and lead singer of Toad the Wet Sprocket, but as a solo artist, it's a little bit different vibe. Guys, this is Glen Phillips, and the song is called I Was a Riot.
Twist and turn, we ebb and flow, change our shape more than we know. We fix our gaze and rest assured that what has passed will come once more. Like when I was a riot, a colored light, and I was a song on your lips in the night. When dreams were deferred, and mine wouldn't rest. The weight of the world sat hard on your chest. And you were the view at the top of the climb. And you were the breath and the pause in time. You were the peace that wondered if I could ever deserve your word, I trust in you. And slow but sure, and with your help, maybe I've come to trust myself. Like when I wasn't right, color and light, I was a song on your lips in the night. When dreams were deferred, your mind wouldn't rest. The weight of the world sat hard on your chest. And you were the view at the top of the climb. And you were the breath and the pausing of time. You were the peace that wondered if I could ever deserve, ever would find. I was a riot, and you were the peace. I was a riot, and you were the peace. I was a riot, and you were. I was a riot, you were the peace. I was a riot, you were the peace. I was a riot, and you were the peace. I was a riot, and you were the peace.
Song is called I Was a Riot. The artist is Glen Phillips, again from Toad the Wet Sprocket. His solo stuff is just amazing. I've been following his journey for a long time. Got to meet him in person, got his autograph, have his record up here on the wall somewhere. So cool. I'm hoping to talk to Glen again sometime in the future. It'd be so cool to have him on the show. But anyway, moving on, we are going to move on to a really young artist from the state of Mississippi. A friend of mine is doing her publicity work, and she's amazing. I don't know if this is her first single or not, but this song is called Decoy, and it's by Hillary Reese. Y'all check it out.
Boots are probably from some store at the mall. Bet you bought your belt buckle off Amazon. There ain't no way that southern drawl sticks around after a couple drops of alcohol. I knew it as soon as you sat them Wranglers down. 'Cause this homegrown backwoods nose could sure sniff 'em out. 'Cause I was raised up with a shotgun sitting out on a riverbank. I got a shot rifle, your kind of cosplay country fake. Dadgum, you sure think you're cool, but
This song is called Decoy by Hillary Reese, right here on Tunesday Tuesday with yours truly, Boston Chris. And we've come to our first tribute for the week. David Roger Johansen was an American singer, songwriter, and actor, best known as the lead singer of the seminal proto-punk band, the New York Dolls. He is also known for his work under the pseudonym Buster Poindexter and for playing the ghost of Christmas Past in the 1988 version of Scrooged. David Johansen passed away on Staten Island, New York on February 28th at the age of 75. We're going to be playing his big hit as the Buster Poindexter pseudonym. Here is Hot, Hot, Hot. Old. Guys, next up, we are excited to feature Adeem the artist, a non-binary artist from the Knoxville, Tennessee area. The song that they will be playing here on the show this week is called Socialite Blues. We're excited to have them on the show. Here is Adeem the artist.
Do you want to go start the music video?
Sofa now, baby. Pour yourself a glass of Cab Sav 2. I found some Etta Baker records at a lawn sale, and I'd like to play them for you. And if I get you humming along, even if you're getting the melody wrong, I still wanna stay all night long, making out-of-tune songs with you. Interfacing with an awful lot of people this week. I'm sure your battery's low, so we don't have to talk or even look at one another. We can take tonight quiet and slow, and if I get you humming along, and you bet your pretty eyelashes and yarn, I'm bound to just keep carrying on, making out-of-tune songs with you. Just settle in and get comfortable now. Let me massage your feet for a few. Just breathe and let Miss Reed's peep my picking. Wash away in socialite blue. And if I catch you humming along, full-size Banty with no makeup on, I'm bound to stay up till the break of dawn, making out-of-tune songs with you.
That was a pretty good video.
Yeah, that's.
Adeem, the artist, here on Tunesday Tuesday. The song was called Socialite Blues. I hope you enjoyed it. Love the artist. Let's go. All right, next up on the show, all the way from Louisiana, we have a phenomenal singer-songwriter. This is Mary Gauthier, and the song is called After a Night of Heavy Rain.
I hear people singing far away through the fog. There's sparks in the wasteland, strengthen the underdog. It's been a long time coming, our tongues were too long tied. They tried to freeze the water, but they could not stop the tide. They organized the music they thought would make us dance. The USA they sold us was a lot like Vichy France. We didn't feel the barbed wire they strung up till we felt the haunted presence in our dreams of Franklin Roosevelt. Nevermore will the fist of tyrants rule us from above, or make us love the things we hate and hate the things we love. Their time is passing quickly. I hear the breaking of the chains. There's nothing like a clear blue sky after a night of heavy rain. Everywhere the seeds are bursting, where they were long concealed, the paralyzed are standing fearless, marching through the fields. The mountains of corruption are crumbling stone by stone, by a million hands that understand together we're not alone. Nevermore will the fist of tyrants rule us from above, or make us love the things we hate and hate the things we love. Their time is passing quickly. I hear the breaking of the chains. There's nothing like a clear blue sky after a night of heavy rain. Followed by the young, who see a new day coming in the rays of the rising sun. Forever they're reclaiming what rightfully is theirs, as the bells of freedom ring out through the canyons everywhere. Nevermore will the fist of tyrants rule us from above, or make us love the things we hate and hate the things we love. Their time is passing quickly. I hear the breaking of the chains. There's nothing like a clear blue sky after a night of heavy rain.
All right, it's Mary Gauthier here live on Tunesday Tuesday after a night of heavy rain. And we have come to our second tribute of the week. Unfortunately, guys, we had a lot of incredible artists pass away this week. I think the most we've had was 3 in 1 week. This week we had 5 really, really notable people. Robert John Pedrick Jr. was born in January 3rd, 1946. He was an American singer, perhaps best known for his 1979 hit single, Sad Eyes. recorded as Robert John. That song reached number 1 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 in 1979. John was born in Brooklyn, New York on January 3rd, 1946. Under the name Bobby Pedrick Jr., he first hit the pop chart in 1958 when he was only 12 years old. As the lead singer of Bobby and the Consoles, he had a minor 1963 hit called My Jelly Bean. And in 1965, he changed his name and signed with MGM Records for 2 ill-fated singles. Of course, the big hit was Sad Eyes, which we will be playing here tonight. Unfortunately, Robert John passed away February 24th at the age of 79 after several years after a stroke, a severe stroke that he never really fully recovered from, guys. This is just a phenomenal song. Everybody on the planet, I'm sure, has heard this song. It's called Sad Eyes by Robert John. Y'all check it out. right, the one and only Robert John has passed away. Rest in peace, sir. The song is called Sad Eyes. Tunesday Tuesday this week, we are featuring an artist that is on my podcast this week. I do try to play a song from our current guests on the podcast every single week if I can. If you guys enjoy them, make sure you check out my in-depth conversation with them, which will release this Saturday night at 6 p.m. on all the Boston Chris Show platforms. Wherever you watch podcasts or listen to podcasts, you can find it there as well, I'm pretty sure. This is Jordan and Jody Lee of the Couldn't Be Happiers. The song is called Wherever You Go.
I fell in love on a weekend getaway. The Gulf wind blew through your hair as you danced on Esplanade. Could I love you in the morning light? When you're in the middle row, headed home on a return flight. I'll love you wherever you go, from the Parthenon to the Alamo. Here or there, near or far, wherever you go, there you are. You could be on a Parisian catwalk, or in your pajamas in a coffee shop, parking lot, or lying with your head upon my chest, or standing in aisle 3 obsessing on your grocery list. I'll love you wherever you go, from the Parthenon to the Alamo. Here or there, near or far, wherever you go, there you are. Everywhere you go, 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 everywhere you go. Years from now, when my memories start to fade, I'll still see the girl who danced in the Gulf wind breeze on Esplanade. I'll love you wherever you go, from the Parthenon to the Alamo. Here or there, near or far, wherever you go, there you are. I'll love you wherever you go, from the Parthenon to the Alamo. Here or there, near or far, wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are.
Guys, it's Jordan and Jody Lee, the Couldn't Be Happiers, here on Tunesday Tuesday. The song is called Wherever You Go. And again, make sure you check them out on the Boston Chris podcast this Saturday night, March 8th, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, wherever you watch or listen to podcasting. Please do that. Guys, we have another young artist here on the show, Payton Riley. Is going to make an appearance here on Tunesday Tuesday, and hopefully we'll have Payton on the podcast at some point in the future. This is her song called Fireflies. She is an incredible young artist from Conroe, Texas. Y'all check it out.
I admit it, I was scared. I've been hurt a bunch of times, couldn't leave the past behind. But this guy was the sweetest of his kind, and God knows could have been mine, but I had to go and ruin it. All he wanted was fireflies dancing in the moonlight. His hand felt so good in mine, to step in on the truck bed, four-wheel drive into the sunset. Promise ring on my left finger said the diamonds only get bigger. Doesn't that sound like a perfect picture? Loved everyone, no matter what. His eyes sparkled in the sunlight, heart bigger than the sunrise. Went to church every single Sunday, prayed to God on his worst days. How could I ever let him go? All he wanted was fireflies dancing in the moonlight. His hand felt so good in mine, to step in on the truck bed, four-wheel drive into the sunset. Promise ring on my left finger said the diamonds only get bigger. Doesn't that sound like a perfect picture? And I hope he finds someone who will make him happy, and he'll look at her like it's the last time, and he'll hold her in his arms till the end of time. And I promise he'll be better off without me. All he wanted was fireflies dancing in the moonlight. His hand felt so good in mine, to step in on the truck bed, four-wheel drive into the sunset. Promise ring on my left finger said the diamonds only get bigger. Doesn't that sound like a perfect picture?
It's Payton Riley here on Tunesday Tuesday. The song is called Fireflies. Great stuff. Love the artist. Hopefully we'll get to chat with her in the future. She's going to blow up. She's already made a lot of big moves, and she's going to be huge. So y'all jump on the Payton Riley train. Seriously. Guys, next up, the next artist on our playlist this week has lived all over Texas. I think he's originally from Nacogdoches. I'm pretty sure he moved to Houston, and I think he's from the Austin area now. This is Scott Strickland, and the song is called L.A. Phenomenal, phenomenal artist here on Tunesday Tuesday.
Saying that you wanna go back to LA, saying that you wanna quit your job, saying it drives you crazy. Taking everything that I gave you away, even all of the hearts, all the cards, all the letters on your birthday. You could've had me in the summertime, wind blows and the breeze is fine. California sky getting high on a Saturday afternoon. Saying that you wanna go back to LA, start over. Tell me all about the you did that day. Look at me and said I'm lying with a straight face. Lord knows that I did wrong, did a bad thing. Some bad things you just know that you can't erase. But you still could have had me in autumn when the leaves turn. Campfire in the wood it burns. Texas orange sky getting high all afternoon. Saying that you wanna go back to LA. It's not over. You can take it as you need it. Take your time in LA. I'll be here when you need me. Save me for a rainy day. But it never rains in LA.
The song is called L.A. The artist is Scott Strickland, a phenomenal artist, again, from the state of Texas, and he played dang near everything, or let's see, guitars. Well, I didn't get to read that fast enough, but yeah, phenomenal artist. Guys, my wish list for the Boston Chris podcast is so long. I have hundreds of artists I want to talk to, and Scott is one of those, obviously. I don't remember if I've emailed him or not. But he is definitely somebody I will be in contact with if I haven't, because I love his vibe. He's such a cool artist, and we have a lot of mutual friends as well, so I have to meet him. Guys, we are coming into our third tribute of the week. Angela Laverne Stone was an American singer, songwriter, actress, and record producer. She rose to fame in the late 1970s. As a member of the hip-hop trio The Sequence. In the early 90s, she became a member of the R&B trio Vertical Hold, and Stone then signed with Arista Records to release her debut solo album Black Diamond in 1999, which received a gold certification by the Recording Industry Association of America and spawned the single No More Rain in This Cloud. She was born December 18th, 1961 in Columbia, South Carolina. Passed away on March 1st, 2025 at the age of 63 in Montgomery County, Alabama. Rest in peace, Angie Stone. Here is that first single that received gold certification by the RIAA. This is called No More Rain in This Cloud. Rest in peace, Angie Stone.
No more rain in this cloud.
There's no hiding place when someone You broke me down. You broke me way down. You, babe, broke me down. Goes around, comes around. What goes up must come down. Things you do come back to you. Y'all believe that? I said, goes around, comes around.
No More Rain in This Cloud by Angie Stone right here on Tunesday Tuesday. Rest in peace, Angie Stone. Guys, next up on Tunesday Tuesday, we have Janelle Arthur, who was an artist from, let's see here. I had this, Oliver Springs, Tennessee. She was fifth place, finished fifth place in the 12th season of American Idol. And this is her song called Hand Me Downs, and this features the incomparable Dolly Parton. Y'all check it out.
Grandma gave my mama her diamond rings. Then they were mine on the day I turned 18. Didn't need resizing, cause we all got the same little hands. And we like to talk with them. Dark brown eyes and a heart worn on the sleeve. Can't turn down hot now at the Krispy Kreme. Just like my daddy, I got all that in a strong, stubborn streak. Guess I get it on the sleeve. This blood that's running through my veins is giving me life in my last name from the inside out. I'm covered in hand-me-downs. All I've been given, I'll pass it on. I've learned to love who I've become from the inside out. Covered in hand-me-downs. Grandpa liked to wear his Bible out. He's in heaven and it's on my dresser now. Everything he underlined is like it was meant for me. And now I believe this blood that's running through my veins is giving me life in my last name from the inside out. I'm covered in hand-me-downs. All I've been given, I'll pass it on. I've learned to love who I've become from the inside out. Covered in hand-me-downs, yeah. This blood that's running through my veins is giving me life and my last name from the inside out. I'm covered in hand-me-downs. If I ever have a daughter of my own, I'll raise her up. I'll watch her grow from the inside out. Covered in hand-me-downs. Oh, from the inside out. Covered in hand-me-downs.
All right, the song is called Hand Me Downs by Janelle Arthur featuring Dolly Parton. Of course, you can hear her incredible, iconic voice on the song as well. Love Janelle Arthur. And anyway, on to the next song. Guys, we have so many songs this week because of so many people losing their lives this week, unfortunately. But next up, we have a brand new single from my friend Xoe Miles, who has appeared on this very show. I'm excited to show you her new single. This is called Mirror by Xoe Miles, my buddy right here. Y'all check it out.
I keep a Sometimes it's me against my mind. Some days I'm my worst enemy. I just wanna be seen for who I am. Want someone who understands. I just wanna love and be loved. Even half of what I give, I keep growing up, but feel stuck, and I don't know what it is that makes me hard to believe and get in my feelings. Look in the mirror, can't help but wonder if I'm the devil in disguise. I fall so hard, I fall so fast. I jump off the cliff and I don't look back. I bare my entire soul and end up feeling so alone. I must be doing something wrong for it to take this long. I just wanna love and be loved. Even half of what I give, I keep growing up, but feel stuck, and I don't know what it is that makes me hard to believe and get in my feelings. Look in the mirror, can't help but wonder if I'm the devil in disguise. Please get someone to save me from this self-sabotage, putting myself through hell. All my thoughts get too loud if I don't have anyone else. I just wanna love and be lost. Even half of what I give, I keep growing up, but feel stuck, and I don't know what it is that makes me hard to believe and get in my feelings. Look in the mirror, can't help but wonder if I'm the devil in disguise.
The song is called Mirror by my buddy Xoe Miles, who just keeps coming out with fabulous music. I love her so much. She's such a cool artist. Anyway, yeah, y'all check out Xoe Miles, Xoe Miles. Follow her everywhere. I love her so much. Moving on to a sad moment that kind of hit home in the Texas country community. Country artist from Waco, Texas, Mr. Brit Kerr. Passed away this week. I'm not sure how old. I don't know what caused his death. I just know that our Texas country community is hurting right now. Not just Brit Kerr, but we also lost William Krager this week, who's, of course, Roger Krager's dad. Rest in peace to both of those people. Brit was going to be on the show. We were trying to get him on the show. Jim Nash was his radio promoter with Heart of Texas Music Group, and of course Jim and I are buddies, and Jim has sent some artists to us for this show, including last week's guest and the week before, Soul Ross and the Calamity Janes. But yeah, Brit Kerr has passed away, unfortunately, and so we're going to share a song by him. This one is called The Ride. Rest in peace to Brit Kerr, and condolences to all of his family, friends, and fans.
I was 18, you were 21. Riding the wind, you were riding shotgun. Not knowing where to go. Down the back roads, over Rock Creek, stealing a kiss when no one could see. Anything not to go on. We were wide awake when the world was sleeping. Cares were gone, gas was cheap, and not wanting to let go of the night, hanging on for the ride.
up, booze hound, you were a small town queen. No business being around me. Why you were the Lord only knows. But we grew up and you moved along. I'm back in Waco writing sad songs. And that's just the way it goes. We were wide awake when the world was sleeping. Cares were gone, gas was cheaping. And I don't want to let go of the night, hanging on for the right. We still see each other now and then. We can't help but remember when we were wide awake when the world was sleeping. Cares were gone, gas was cheaping. And I don't want to let go of the night. We were wide awake when the world was sleeping. Cares were gone, gas was cheaping. And I don't want to let go of the night, hanging on for the right. Just hanging on for the right.
Song is called The Ride by Brit Kerr. Once again, rest in peace, Brit Kerr. Guys, next up on Tunesday Tuesday, you're tuned into episode number 18. And we have reached our first feature of the week. This is the TikTok Stop Scrolling Song of the Week. And this comes to you from, I believe, a country artist, and his name is Hayden Baker. The song is called Barely Getting By. If you're not familiar, this song is chosen by me. It's a song or an artist that made me stop scrolling on TikTok. You guys know, you just kind of, vegetate and keep wiping the screen. Well, every once in a while, a song or an artist comes on there that makes me stop scrolling. And when that happens, I feature them on the show. This is Hayden Baker, Barely Getting By.
List of shit stacked 10 feet high. Bills are piling up and a well is done to run dry. This working man's got the blues non-stop, got me wound up tighter than an 8-day clock. If it wasn't for the beer in the fridge, I'd lose my mind. Making a living, barely getting by. Couldn't keep up with the Jones even if I tried.
All right, the TikTok Stop Scrolling Song of the Week. The TikTok Stop Scrolling Song of the Week was by Hayden Baker. The song was called Barely Getting By. Awesome artist. I really enjoy finding new people, and that's why the algorithm kind of leads the way in the 21st century. Guys, we have gotten to our number one song in Texas as per the Texas Regional Radio Report charts. This one is by the legendary Kyle Park, and the song is called Hill Country Home.
I was born and raised in Texas, in a little hill country home. Grew up on the Guadalupe River, just north of San Antone. Way out in the middle of nowhere, down an old red gravel road. The same house Granddaddy lived in till he was 98 years old. And from where I stand, this piece of land is all I've ever known. And for what it's worth, my heaven on earth is this hill country home. Hill country home. I've been west of Midland, working on an old pipeline. I spent time down in Corpus Christi, fishing with a friend of mine. I knew a girl in Fort Worth, yeah, she stole my heart away. I love every town I've been around, but I knew I'd never stay. 'Cause from where I stand, this piece of land is all I've ever known. And for what it's worth, my heaven on earth is this hill country home. Hill country home. Oh, yeah. Down 5 generations, my old man, he used to say, your granddad gave this land to me, and it'll be yours too someday. Don't ever sell 1 acre and pass everything down the line. Leave it in the hands of your little man, the same way I did mine. 'Cause from where I stand, this piece of land is all I've ever known. And for what it's worth, my heaven on earth is this hill country home. Yeah, from where I stand, this piece of land is all I've ever known. And for what it's worth, my heaven on earth is this hill country home. Hill country home. Hill country home.
Number one song in Texas is called Hill Country Home by the one and only Kyle Park here on Tunesday Tuesday. Episode number 18. We have our last tribute of the week. Joseph Charles Molland, a.k.a. Xoe Miles, was an English songwriter and rock guitarist whose recording career spanned 5 decades. He was best known as a member of the band Badfinger, the most successful of the acts he performed with. Following the death of Mike Gibbons in October of 2005, Molland was the last surviving member of Badfinger's classic lineup before his own death almost 20 years later. His recording career began in earnest in 1967 when he joined Gary Walker for the group Gary Walker and the Rain. He joined Badfinger as a guitarist in 1969, and we're going to play a song where he, with him as a solo artist. But yeah, he was born June 21st, 1947 in Edge Hill, Lancashire, England. Passed away March 1st, 2025. in St. Louis Park, Minnesota, at the age of 77. Here is Xoe Molland, and the song is called Rainy Day Man.
Skies are blue, only when they cry. Rainy day man, I'm your cover when it's pouring down. But the minute that the sun comes out, you're telling me goodbye. I'm just an old umbrella you keep around. Your rainy day man. Rainy day man, I know you run to when it's cold and gray, but you're quick to run the other way when the clouds all disappear. I'm just a blanket keeping you warm and dry. I'll never make you happy as long as I am not in your plans. I'm just your rainy day man. Thunder and lightning can be frightening sometimes. Try doing the right thing and don't keep me waiting in line. Rainy day man, when it rains you call me every time, but when it's clear I never cross your mind, 'cause you don't need me here. I'm just a blanket keeping you warm and dry. I'll never make you happy as long as I'm not in your plans. I'm just your rainy day man. Rainy day man. I'm your rainy day man. I'm your rainy day man.
Rest in peace to Xoe Molland. That was a song called Rainy Day Man, here live on Tunesday Tuesday. Guys, this week's marquee artist comes to us from Kilgore, Texas. Her name is Allie Venable. I've known Allie since she was a very wee lad, since she was a young girl. She is from Kilgore, Texas. The latest album is called Real Gone. Her website is allievenableband.com, and you can catch her all over social media at Allie Venable Band. We're excited to feature a song from her called Keep Me in Mind. This is Allie Venable, our marquee artist of the week.
LA's warm and sunny. I bet you got a tan. You're probably working way too hard since you left you in the sand. It's cold as hell in London. The sky is not as blue. There's a red eye leaving Heathrow. And if you want me to Just keep me in mind.
Our marquee artist of the week, Miss Allie Venable, with the song Keep Me in Mind. Another phenomenal artist, the Blues Princess from Kilgore, Texas, right there. Allie Venable is our marquee artist of the week. You are tuned in to the 18th episode of Tunesday Tuesday. And next week on Tuesday, our 19th guest on the show will be Sir Ken Shelley from Massachusetts. He'll be on the show. He's been on the Boston Chris podcast. He will be on the show next week to chat about their new single called WTF with the band Adios Fatso, all the way from Massachusetts. Looking forward to chatting with my buddy Sir Ken Shelley again next week. He will be our featured artist next week on the on Tuesday Tuesday, number 19. Again, AC Hayes, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it, man. We're just wrapping up. And Nightmare Crater, I know you subbed early on. I appreciate you coming in with the Twitch Prime sub for 37 months. Appreciate both of y'all for the support. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, thank you guys for being here. Again, you can follow along with everything I've got going on at the Boston Chris Show. Pretty much everywhere you can search for that. Follow everywhere, guys. And if you would like to donate, you can donate as well. There'll be a link in your description down below. If you're not in YouTube later on, here is that link, guys. If you want to help us continue to keep this show live each and every week, you're more than welcome to donate to the cause. There's the link in y'all's chats. Again, thank you so much to Alex O'Brien from Wisconsin, the featured artist this week with Meeting of the Mimes and sharing their song Remember Me with us. Without any further ado, guys, we're going to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out, listening to the music. I hope you guys learned of some new artists that will excite you and you can become fans of. And I will catch you guys down the road. Thanks for tuning in.